Faceless versus brands. Today we're talking about, should you do a faceless channel or should you do a personal brand? This is the great debate. The great debate, because I keep hearing, guys, I'm very familiar with both niches. I'm very familiar with both styles of content. And I know the pluses and minuses of each. So today I'm gonna walk you through the good, the bad, the ugly of faceless versus personal brands. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna separate it. We're gonna do right here, we're gonna do faceless. We're gonna do personal brands, so we're gonna call it PB. We're gonna do, right here, we're gonna separate it. We're gonna do pros. We're gonna do cons. We're gonna do pro. Forgive my handwriting. Right, and we're gonna do con. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know who I am, I'm Feceless. I built my personal brand right here on YouTube to over 600,000 followers in the self-improvement and dating niche. I also built my personal brand on TikTok to over 900,000 followers, on Instagram to over 600,000 followers. So I'm not a beginner at this. I've been making content for going on 8 years now. Okay, so let's jump right into it. Right, I'm gonna list out pro, con, and then we're gonna make a decision. Okay, pro, faceless, right off the bat. You already know, private. Right? What does this mean? If you have a faceless channel, essentially, and this is something that me and people that I know who are very familiar with the faceless niche, it's not automation. There's not much automation into it. Right? I actually got into faceless channels around 2 years ago, 2023. I had some really good videos do well. I partnered with some people. I had some videos do shit. So I learned a lot from that. And I've kind of learned my lesson. So I know what to do now. But now I know how exactly faceless channels should be run. And the beautiful thing about a faceless channel is it's private. If you're somebody that doesn't want to be out there, you don't want to be public, faceless channels are great because you can essentially create a brand behind your faceless channel in any specific niche that you want, right? You could talk about finance, you could talk about fitness, you could talk about dating, you could talk about, there have been niches in every single niche that was faceless, maybe except the actor or some shit that was faceless. You can literally build a faceless brand and you can make money from it. So if you are an extreme introvert that does not want to be in public whatsoever, and you just want to make money, the faceless niche is for you, right? Because you can be totally private. You don't have to ever be public. You can make your money and not be in this, right? Like I said, I'm very familiar with the faceless niche. I have students of mine who have made hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in faces. So like, I know how this shit runs. It's unbelievable. Like, not gonna lie to you guys, these are my two favorite business models right now in the world. No shit. I don't give a fuck about real estate. I'm not saying these things are not great. Real estate, a stock market, if you want the highest return on money, like the vehicles that will make you the most amount of money. I told you guys this shit before. It's more about the vehicle that you get into, not so much what you get into, right? Because I learned this lesson in the hard way, and I've told you guys, it's about getting in the right income generating vehicle to make you the most amount of money. So if you want to be extremely rich in the next 5 to 10 years, faceless or personal brand is the way to go. Unless you're going to be Sam Altman, unless you're going to be Zuckerberg, unless you're going to be Bezos, and you're going to create something unbelievably revolutionary. If you're just a regular old person and you want your riches to faceless or personal brand, I'm telling you, these are the two niches, the two types of income generating models that I'm the most bought into, because I'm very familiar with it and I understand the leverage that can come from it. And the beautiful thing about these two is you can go and do as much as you want in the already good income generating models in the world. You can do personal brands for e-com. You can do Faceless for e-com. There are literally e-com brands that are faceless. They're just a brand. There are e-com brands that are a specific person. Savage Fenty by Rihanna. Then you have people in the faceless who are literally printing hundreds of millions a year they're just a product. So I don't give a fuck what model you think about. You can make hundreds of millions of dollars in faceless and personal brand. The two fucking things I'm the most bought into. Maybe I'll change my mind in a couple of years if I learn something new. And these two, and here's why I think these two are the best, is because you can use AI in both of them. The number one thing that's gonna change the way human beings live, the most transitionary thing in the world right now, which is artificial intelligence, you can use faceless and personal brands within both of them to scale both of them. So I can do that. I can argue that shit any day. So anyway, private, you don't have to be in public. You can create an e-com brand. You can do fucking YouTube automation, not YouTube automation. You can do YouTube videos. You can do a lot of stuff being a faceless channel. You can make a lot of money being a faceless channel. A pro to personal brand is you have authority. When you're an identity, you are an authority. When people know who you are, when there's a story to you, right? You have a lot of leverage, okay? You don't just make money off what you talk about, but people need you and they want you for so many other things, okay? When you are private, you don't really get that. But the problem is when you do have a story, people can judge you, okay? So that's a pro. Like we can talk about the pro and the con simultaneously. Private, harder to generate several streams of income. If you're a personal brand, you can make 7 figures from speaking. You can make 7 figures from sponsors. You can make 7 figures from your products. You can make 7 figures from all type of shit. When you are a faceless channel, yeah, yes, you're private, but nobody's gonna call you to come speak at their event. You can get brand deals, but they're gonna be limited to what your channel is about. When you are an identity, you can venture out into different things and people will love you for it. The con to this though is you don't have any privacy. And this is good. This is like the not good, but that's not what I meant. This is a big thing because I'm somebody who's, you would consider me having a lot of clout. Not a lot. I would say maybe I'm like a Z-list celebrity. I don't know, bro. People know who I am wherever I go, right? So like people come up to me and I can't just do anything. Even as a Z-list celebrity, if you want to call me that, right? I have a lot of followers on every platform, right? FedEx Fearless can't just do anything. I can't come hang out at some party and start acting wild. That shit will be all over TikTok. If something happens in my life right now, it will be on the social media platforms going viral within 24 hours. I guarantee you. There will be somebody waiting to post a video about it. So my personal life is jeopardized. Like it can be sometimes a little overwhelming. And I don't even think I have that much clout. Right? I believe I have a little bit of status, a good amount of status, but it's like, man, if I go somewhere, sometimes I worry for my safety. Right? I keep that thing on me. Just letting y'all know. But if I was a person that was faceless, I wouldn't have to worry about that. Nobody knows who I am. I had one time, guys, where I was driving the fucking car, and this is what made me get a firearm. Like, I was driving my car, and this dude, I was at the light. He walked past my car, and then ran back in front of my car to try to bring his phone out. Hey, you're the guy from social media. I was so fucking scared. I'm like this. I thought because he was brandishing something he had something in his hand. I thought it was a gun. I was like, what in the world is going on? I've had people run up to my car at the middle of the night because they want to get a picture. They want to talk to me. I love it. I love when people come up to me, but man, that shit can be scary, especially when you don't know who this person is. I always say, I had another dude not even a month ago. I'm walking down the street, literally, like I'm walking down the street. He hops out of a car. Yo, FedEx Fearless. Imagine walking down the street and somebody hops out of a car. The person I was with was so fucking scared. Like, what in the world? Like, they scared for their life fucking with me. Like, what? What the fuck? This person just hopped out of a car. Literally, imagine walking. Person jumps out of a car. Yo, fit. I'm like, heart attack. So, yeah, privacy is gone. You ain't gonna get no privacy, buddy. And you can't do anything stupid. All the things in your closet, all the things you've done that you may not be proud about, people are looking for it. They want to know every fucking thing about you. They're searching up everything about you. Everything you getting. So keep that in mind. All right. Now we're going another pro for Faceless. Pro for Faceless is it allows you So another pro for Faceless is that it allows you to fail. Hope you guys can see that. It allows you to fail without judgment. When you have a Faceless channel, right? You make a video, you do some stuff, you can fail. You can fuck up on the video, you can screw up on the video. People don't really care because they're not attacking you. Man, oh man, you fucking do. I can't say the wrong word on a damn video. When you are a personal brand, you can't say, Fit did this, Fit said this, Fit you did this, Fit you said this, Fit. I can't change my mind for nothing. If I say something and I change my mind in the future, I must let the public know. I cannot fail. I must be perfect. That's why I always try to come on here and be like, hey man, I'm not fucking perfect. I do make mistakes. So do all of us. When you're a Faceless channel, you can fail without judgment. You can grow without having to worry about people attacking you. When you're a personal brand, you don't really get that, right? You don't get to fail without judgment, right? Your failure becomes highlighted, okay? Your failure becomes highlighted. Now, the con to this is no praise either. And a pro is praise, right? Let's keep it. Let's not bullshit, right? We are human beings. We want to be validated for our efforts. When you have a personal brand and something goes well with you, things start to go well in your favor, man, you get a fuck ton of praise, man. Ooh, boy. Yeah, motherfuckers might hate, but when you do good, the whole world knows. FedEx Fearless is this. He's amazing. He's amazing. He's wonderful. He's, oh my God. When you on top of the world, you on top of the world. Think about athletes. Think about sports players. When they win a trophy, the whole world is cheering them on. But when they fail, oh my God, this person sucks. It's a double-edged sword. Right? When you win as a personal brand, oh my God, you're getting cheered on. They're writing blogs about you. They're making videos about you. They're talking about how great you are. And then when you fuck up, they hate you. So yeah, you get way more praise as a personal brand. You get way more praise. All right? So we got 2 pros so far. Private, right? You no privacy. No privacy, right? Harder to separate, harder to generate streams of income, different streams of income. I'm not saying with Faceless, you can't generate streams of income, because with Faceless, you can actually generate brand deals and stuff like that But with a personal brand, somebody can hit me up to come speak at their event. That has happened to me before. Can you speak at our event? Can you hop on our podcast? Like, you can get so many speaking opportunities, money-making opportunities. I can write a fucking book. I can do speaking events. I can do world tours. I can do meetups. I can create products. I can do all type of shit with a personal brand. With Faceless, you get the privacy, but you can't do that. Right? But with Faceless, you can fail. And you know, you can fail, which will allow you to do better faster, because you can fail without judgment. You can't fail without judgment as a personal brand. Okay? Now, the last thing I want to talk about is scalability. And this is going to be a double-edged sword too, scalability. My fucking handwriting and my spelling is terrible, guys. I hope I spelled that shit right. All right. In terms of scalability with a Faceless channel, you can scale this to multiple channels, right? But the problem is you can't scale the individual channel from the original niche. The issue that I have with scalability with Faceless is the scalability, right? Like, so the way businesses grow is through vertical integration, right? You move closely towards the product, or you move closely towards the consumer, right? You either get closer. If you want to scale your business, let's say you have a roofing company, right? You either get closer to the materials of roofing so you can own more distribution, or you get closer to the clientele and how you can serve them more. That's how you vertically integrate as a business, right? When it comes to Faceless channels, you can only scale one way. The vertical integration can only be done towards, right? It can only be done towards the actual, like, you can only do what you did and try to do it multiple times to different types of people, right? You can only scale by making more channels, if that makes sense. You can't scale by necessarily getting closer to the consumer, right? You got to replicate this scalability. You can't vertically integrate with a Faceless channel by getting closer, right? Getting closer and closer to the product and making the product better. You can only replicate the product. But with a personal brand, so I'm gonna say limited integration. All right. I would say here is vertical integration. You have clear vertical integration. With a personal brand, I can either get closer to the consumers, so I can offer my guys more services to help them. I can coach more people, or I can just get closer and closer to building a bigger brand that I can expand. A Faceless channel cannot get closer and closer to you. The only way they can do it is to scale and to replicate. A personal brand can do both, right? So I don't even know why I put this on here. This is not a pro, right? This is just the last thing I want to talk about, right? The scalability part. That's what I think people try to argue with Faceless. Yeah, I got to make more channels. I can make more channels. I can just replicate this shit. Yeah, but it's limited integration. With your Faceless channel, let me just put this here in the middle so I don't get you guys confused. So the last thing is scalability. This is the big thing, right? This is the big question. Which one is more scalable? Okay? I would say this limited integration, and I would say this is vertical integration. You cannot scale closer and closer to the consumer with Faceless channels. You can only scale by doing more of what you already did. With a personal brand, I can do either or. I can make my personal brand, I can just focus on making my YouTube channel so big, or I can do multiple channels and leverage myself. That's what I did with the self-improvement niche. Now I'm leveraging myself for business because with a personal brand, it's a personal brand. So I'm an individual that has multiple facets of who I am. And that's what human beings relate to. With a Faceless channel, you can only scale by replicating the channels. I can replicate myself and also get closer and closer towards the consumer. So yeah, you can make multiple channels, you can make hundreds of channels, you can do whatever. But in my opinion, if you want to get to the B, the $1 billion mark, right? You want to create a $1 billion company, you're not doing it faceless. Impossible. And if you have those kind of outlandish dreams you want to make, that's the kind of money I want to make. I want to build a $1 billion company. I want to build my personal brand mentorship to be able to be sellable. My goal with my personal brand mentorship is to help build brands to 7 figures, 8 figures, right? So we can partner with them or help them exit. That's my goal. So that's a $1 billion play that's going to take 10 years. That's why I'm so serious about trying to help people with their brands, trying to get them to scale, trying to really put in work, because that's the long-term plan for me. If I can help build your brand to get to a certain level, like we can sell this shit and never have to work again. That's literally private equity. So I don't think you can get to the B in Faceless. You can get to the B in personal brand. 1 billion%. Look at Rihanna, right? She's a perfect example. I believe Rihanna was already a billionaire, then created Savage Fenty, and her brand is crushing it. I see a store opened up in Miami. You can't do that with Faceless. You can't do that with Faceless. So that's why I say the vertical integration of scalability, like being able to scale vertically, in my opinion, is why I think personal brands ultimately win. But if you're somebody that doesn't have those kind of dreams, you don't really give a fuck about building a $1 billion company, Faceless is not bad for you. Just understand the pros and cons. I coach men with their personal brands, men who want to build real long-term brands. And we include what we understand about the Faceless within the personal brand. So some of the things that work with Faceless still work with personal brands. If you look at the e-com brands, for instance, these are brands that are Faceless. So what I try to do is, okay, I understand that this model works. Let me not just be totally dismissive of it. Let me take the pros of the Faceless and include it in the branding. That's where I think AI comes in. AI is the big merger. AI is the merger that can allow either of these to scale exponentially. So that's why I think AI is. AI is the merger, in my opinion, that brings the Faceless element into the personal branding. AI allows me as a coach to take, right, the elements of Faceless, the scalability part of being able to replicate channels that work. I can use AI to not have to do so much of the groundwork in my personal brand. That's why I think personal brands are the $1 billion industries of the world. Personal brands are going to be the $1 billion industries of the world. Mark my fucking words. Guarantee you. That's why I'm going all in on personal brands. Just look at Rihanna, for instance. I'm telling you guys, man, that's the look, just see what personal brands can do. I'm telling you. Look at Kim Kardashian. Look at the Kardashians. That's what personal branding can do. They can literally build several $1 billion companies within a family from branding. I don't know what else can. There's nothing else that can do it. So listen, I have a free personal brand live training coming up. If you're a man that wants to build your personal brand, you already have a good job or career, but you want to work on your own, you want to establish something that's great, you want to establish something that's long-term, listen, I've clicked the link in the description or the pinned comments, join the free class so we can help take your personal brand to the next level, teach you branding systems that allow you to monetize, help you find your voice so you can take your brand to the next level, all right? And if you want to skip that and you want to just get one-on-one coaching with me, you want to apply to work with me privately, there's also going to be a link for that too. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Get back with you guys next time.